Hi, I'm Stacy Dalton with the Collaborative for Family Education, and I wanted to share an example of what a family connection newsletter would look like from a business perspective. So, this would be if you're a business owner or corporation, HR, benefits coordinator, and you have signed your families up to receive these newsletters or to come to our trainings to get the support from the Collaborative for Family Education. This is an example of the monthly newsletter. So this is from September 2022. Tells them a little bit of what this is. I include this information on most of the newsletters because people come and go. People might be receiving the newsletter and never open them. So we just go over what the newsletter is and a little bit about who we are. Monthly tips, resources, homework help, family relationship building activities. Those are what's included in almost every newsletter in some capacity. Little jokes you can tell younger children in your family, fun facts, conversation starters at dinner, just some different things to help everyone at different levels be engaged. We also try to include as much interactive information as possible, as well as that engagement piece. So, this happens to be a word cloud. They click on the link, they go put in a few words, and then this lets me know and you know what families need more of from school. Sometimes I might change it what they need from work. Sometimes I might change it on different polls and topics that are hot. I stay away from religion. I stay away from politics. But this just gives them a way to let them express their feelings or express what their needs are, and just letting the families know that their voices do matter. We have a variety of different social media sites where families can join us and get tips and information, but then also I can help you develop whether it's a Facebook or a different platform where you use specifically so families feel engaged. uh, I was a part of one of these discussion boards somewhere, and I found that one of my neighbors was my daughter's close friend from school, and it just really opened up a lot of possibilities for us: carpooling, sleepovers, play dates, but then also it made the community a little bit stronger, and it just really made us more connected at school. She happened to work at a school, so it just really developed a deeper relationship, and that's what we were going for. So we will have different ways for you to connect with your families, whether it's following us and connecting that way, or I can help manage a Facebook family page for your organization. We have tips to try every month. It ranges from helping your children be better listeners, setting boundaries, homework help, special education, 504s, IEPs, giftedness, um, social emotional strategies to try at home and at school. There's just a lot of different topics that we discuss. And this is an example that we picked as just how to be a good listener. We provide simple steps. This is great for children and adults of all ages. Then we move into examples of what that looks like. You can watch these, your families can watch these as a family. I have a younger example here and then two adults. If you haven't seen It's Not About the Nail, I strongly encourage you to go look that up. It's very meaningful. It's a short, I think it's like 2 to 4 minutes long. It's great. But I include a couple of videos of what it looks like to be a good listener. The links are going to be live on the newsletter that we send out. And then tips to practice it at home. So, role playing is a great way to build muscle memory on not just tying shoes and riding bikes, but also being a good listener or being a good speaker. And I give some examples of what that looks like and how to practice on a good day. Children with sensory integration, that works very well. Again, with creating new habits and just talking to children. And again, that's for older children as well. And then some games that would reinforce these skills at home. Depending on your membership level, parents will get this newsletter, but then you also have the ability to pay at a higher level. It's not very much of membership, so that families would have access to a monthly live training on this topic. And there's more about that on our webpage, but it's about 45 minutes to 90 minutes. And we talk about these specific tips. We have PowerPoints, videos, and discussions on what that looks like. And that would be good for all ages, whether they have children, working with adults, and the business family as well. The work family is discussed as well. So we try to make it very interactive and appropriate for all levels. For families with children that are in school, we pick a subject. This month it was math, and just give some little tips on how to make math more fun and relate it to different skill sets across the board. So, reading and math, these are books that talk about math. Some writing fun to practice numbers. Social studies out and about, for example, um, singing songs, sorting food by color, comparing the size of boxes, doing sounds, music, movements from other cultures. Math and science, building those bridges and sorting shapes. And then some math. And we picked doing fruit kebabs. This would also be good with like the very hungry caterpillar. So we try to make those connections just to let the families know that you care about their children's development. Parenting is not easy, for sure. September was Suicide Prevention Month, and so we just provide some Lifeline 988 and some additional resources just as the mental health component. A little bit about homework. We don't go over homework every time, but we try to give some pointers on just how to make life a little bit smoother at home, makes it easier for them at work. Homework tips, this is not coming from our website. We share resources from other organizations. This is from education.com. I'm personally not a fan of homework for children unless it's because they were talking and didn't get their work done. Or, doing an essay, reading a couple of chapters, that's fine. But homework just for homework, I'm not a fan of that. But teachers are the authority on what a student needs, and we just need to make the best of it whenever a student has homework. And the seminar that I was talking about, or the webinar, is live online, and it's a family learning night opportunity. It's 45 minutes to 90 minutes. It's great for everyone. I try to cater it for different ages and stages of development. Parents can log on. It's an interactive webinar and training. We have slideshows and different PowerPoints or presentations that we use. And then after this presentation, if a parent or a family member or a staff member isn't able to make it, we do record it, and they would have access to those recordings. And then if you chose to have us working with you on your social media presence, supporting families at your workplace or your organization, we would do some follow-up activities. We would do some polls, open up some discussions, and just try to make it more interactive and more meaningful for everybody, even if they didn't attend the training, but it just gives them that resource. It's presented by the Collaborative for Family Education in partnership with your organization or your business or your school or your church, and we try to make these as open as possible so that everybody gets something out of it and feels welcome. If the organization that you're involved with needs to provide the employee or the family member a certificate, we can create those with you. And then also, it's just really engaging for the families, and we try to make it beneficial for everyone. But depending on your membership level, if you want to go at the higher level, we also provide all of these things: the newsletter, the video conference, or the webinar, lots of social media support for the families and connections with your employees and your family members. But then we can provide up to 3 personalized trainings or webinars for your organization. And that is something that we would provide, and we would collaborate with you guys to create it and then set a time, whether it's during the day, during business hours, weekends, evenings, so that we can do that presentation, and it would be specifically catered to your needs. That's our family connection in a nutshell. Um, Please explore the rest of our website. We have lots of information for you. And just know this is for a business side, but we have the younger children, older children, church, foster care agencies, businesses, big businesses, small businesses. We really have a variety of newsletters that we create every month to meet your needs.